Apartment living would seem to be back in vogue, and here's why. According to PropTrack, between March 2020 and June 2022, house prices in Australia rose a whopping 36%. Yet over the same time frame, apartments and apartment prices rose only 16%. In fact, the gap between the average house price and apartment price has actually never been bigger, especially when we consider the Sydney market. We strongly believe that apartments will outperform the housing market over the next 18 to 24 months, and here's why. 1. Return to migration. February 2020, the Australian government opened its borders to both migrants and international students. These two cohorts traditionally look to rent, particularly in apartments when they first land in Australia. This is going to place upward pressure for demand for apartment living. This increased pressure on apartment demand is going to also increase the rentals in apartments, and this brings us to point number 2. We believe that over the next 18 to 24 months, there will be significant upward pressure on rentals for apartments, where they have already seen over 10.9% increase in rents across Sydney over the past 12 months. And we see this continuing. Now, with an increase in rentals comes an increase in rental yield. This makes apartments more attractive as an asset class to investors, which brings us to point number 3. We see investors flooding back into the apartment market. We are already seeing this with investor levels increasing and the current loan market data showing that loans to investors have increased significantly over the last 6 to 12 months. And of course, we are currently in an environment where interest rates are on the rise. The current cash rate at 1.85%, looking as experts predict to get to 2.5%, is reducing people's borrowing capacity. This means that people looking to get into the market are not able to borrow the amount they used to be when rates were at emergency levels, which means they have to now start looking at cheaper alternatives. Hello, apartments. This is further corroborated when we consider unit inquiries on Real Estate Australia. Over the period March 2020 to March 2021, there has been a 46% increase in inquiries related to units on REA, with a 21% increase in the past quarter alone. This again validates our belief that apartments will fare far better than houses over the next 18 to 24 months. Like or share for more tips and videos about the Australian and Sydney property market.